Brian Tracy wrote a book that was released in 2003 called Goals. It went on to become the most successful book on goals and goal setting in history. And in it, he recounts a story about meeting a man, another success coach, who told him, after being asked, what is the secret to success? If you could boil it all down and give just one simple piece of advice, what would that be? And the man thought about it for a second, and he told him, success is goals. All else is just commentary. In that spirit, what we're going to be doing in this video is building, I'm going to show you this exact dashboard, not with these exact goals, but you're going to have a place in Notion for tracking with visuals all of your goals and their deadlines so that you have a central place to store and to review and to adjust all of your goals as you work through them. So inside Notion, once you have created your new page, you're going to want to come over to your database pages or your databases page. If you don't already have that, go ahead and create a new page, create a databases, if you want to do an icon. These are from a previous video, but for this video, we just need a new database. We're going to create a base de datos complete page, call this goals. And then you can give this an icon too if you'd like. And then you can start filling this in with goals. This is not where you're going to be actually looking at the goals. This is just the database where your goals live. And then later, in the dashboard, we'll create a view that'll enable you to see those visuals that we saw in the intro. So you can just fill this in with a couple of examples. Okay, the next thing we need is a due date, or target date is what I would prefer to call it. Target completion date or just target date. And then in here, I just changed the format of the date so that it shows month, day, year. I don't like the long date. Those are the only two things that you absolutely need, the name of the goal and then the target date. Now we can come back to our dashboard. We're going to create a view of that database that we just created. So this is a database view, and it's going to be a gallery view. But actually we want it to be a full page. So let's connect to the database first. We just made this goals database. It's going to be a view of that. This is not the database itself. And so we can play with this, move it around, and even delete it. And it's not going to affect our goals database because our database itself lives here. And that's why we create a separate page for it, because then once we have the structure in place, then we can create different kinds of views and things that we're just playing with, and they're much more flexible and forgiving. Once we've created that inline database or this database view, we can now click on this little icon here. We want to change this to a page, convert it to a page, and that way we can click into the actual item and see an entire page dedicated to it. And now we can start to decorate this. So it's already a gallery view, that's good. Let's add visuals first. So I'm gonna come into this one right here and add a banner, I believe is what that is in English. Come to Unsplash, or if you wanna upload your own photo. And then after you've done that, it doesn't show here, but we can come up here to the configuration or the settings, go to design, and in in card preview, we're going to change it from none to the page border or the page header or banner, and then it'll show that for us. Now we can do the same thing for these other goals. Sweet. Now, another thing that I'd like to do, referencing my completed version here, is I'd like to see the due date itself or the target date listed, not just inside the goal itself, my statement of affirmation, the way that I frame my goals. I also want to see it listed. And so we're going to come up here to the settings again and come to property visibility. and have that target date, toggle that on, and that way we can see, it looks like we haven't put them. Right, that's right, because we created the property, but we didn't actually assign any dates. We just wrote it inside the goal itself. So we're gonna come, now that we've created that visibility, now if you click on this little edit button on each card, you can add a target date, and it should of course just match up with the one that you've written there. The reason I do that, I usually try to avoid redundancy. I try to minimize things as much as I possibly can, but the reason I've justified this redundancy, having the date both in the name of the goal and the target and the actual database, the record having that field, is because the date inside the goal itself is part of the affirmation statement. If you read about setting goals, one of the things that you'll learn is you wanna frame the goal and speak the goal as if you've already accomplished it, and you're just reporting the fact. You assume it almost as if you're speaking from the future, having already accomplished it, and then you include the date inside your affirmation so that every morning when I read these out, I'm mentioning the date. The reason I do it, that's why it's in there, in the name of the goal. The reason I specify a property with a goal is because we can do this. We can order by target date in ascending order, so that now I can see in order, March comes first, and then May, and then June. These are the goals that I want to accomplish over the coming handful of months. Now, the next thing I'd like to do is separate different sections for different years so that I can see long term. Let's reference my completed version again. So that I can see long term, 2026, these are my goals, 2027, 2028, etc., all the way down to a decade from now, my long term vision. All of it you can see in this one beautiful dashboard, as simple as it is. I mean, we've already created most of this pretty quickly. What we want to do first is group our goals by that target date that we created. So we're going to come back to the settings, group by target date. And now what it's doing right now is it's assuming that the specific date is what you want to group by, especially because we only have these three goals and they're all part of the same year. But we don't want that. We want to think longer term. And so instead, in the group settings, click on date by, and instead of relative dates, you can change to any of these that you wish. I'm going to go with the largest one, which is year. And then we can also, if we want to, check this out. I'm going to create a new goal, and it's going to assume that it's in 2026 because of where I added it to. But let's add another one. Instead of 2026 goal, let's add this one. Okay, and then I can adjust the date. Click up here just to take a shortcut. 2027. Right there. And then add a banner. Look at that. Beautiful. As a bit of a pro tip, you can also adjust the positioning of any of these pictures. So if you click into this adjust position, you can then drag this to fit according to your preference. Bam. And now check that out. We've got a visual dashboard where we can see all of our goals that we care about. And what you'll find is as you play with this and as you keep it front of mind, because success, after all, success is goals. I should have had this already up. Because success is goals, after all. As you play with it, you'll find yourself adjusting the due dates. You'll adjust the size of the goals. This, for me, used to be 12 songs by the end of 2026. But then I decided I want to go to Mexico this summer toward my long-term vision of getting married to a Mexican woman. And so I moved it to an earlier date before leaving for the summer and reduced it down to 3 because I'm content. I've never learned guitar before, so I figure, just start small. And that's how it goes. That's part of the reason I want to do Notion instead of writing my goals on paper anymore. Another personal preference of mine, because I have the multiple goals, and you probably will too, especially within the current year or the following year, I prefer to make these cards a little bit smaller. So you can come to the card size down here in the settings, make it small, and that way you can fit more across each row. Now, there's other things that you can do with Notion, a lot of other things. And you can see here in my dashboard, there's a lot going on. I've gone to great efforts to try to simplify the overall system that I have in place. One of the things that I have created in here, for example, is I've linked my goals database to my tasks and projects database, and so I can see specific action items and list them here. If I go into this goal and I'm thinking about, how can I advance myself toward this goal, I can add a list item that will then show up in my tasks and goals database, which shows up here on my calendar, or in my naked tasks section, which is where the tasks live that haven't been given a deadline yet or a project. And so my point is, that's all things that you can do. And over time, it's a wonderful thing that you do them. But starting out, when you're still getting used to the Notion tool and you're just, following after what's helpful for you, all that's really necessary beyond the database relationships and all the other things that I have in place that I have skipped in this video, you can make this as simple as this. Instead of creating a whole nother database for your tasks and projects, if instead you just want to know, based on this goal, what are some things that I can do to advance myself toward this goal, you can simply come in here to this card, type in 2 brackets to make a little square, press space, and you've made a task, a to-do list for yourself that you can then come in here when you're working on your goal and cross off as you do it.